Hey guys, this is Steve with My Honey's Handmade. So today we are going to build window sills for these two windows, but on the bottom we're going to have an extra wide base or window sill so that my wife can have plants. This is her office. We just renovated it in the last month or two, and I've just had time to build this window sill. So stay tuned and we'll get started. Thanks. So the first step is to smooth some of this drywall out. So I've got my little drywall, I call it a cheese grater, but it's kind of a drywall planer. And I'm just going to make it flush with the existing 2x4 framing. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and frame in the top and the two sides first. And if you'll notice, between the studs and the actual window, I have about 1/4 of an inch. That's filled with insulation. So 3/4 inch material is going to go all the way around. Okay, so I've cut the windowsill, the bottom piece, to 85 inches. And then I marked it 2 3/4 inches. And this has given me room for that middle drywall piece. So I'm going to cut this out with the jigsaw. Alright guys, so I got it dry fitted in on the bottom windowsill. Sorry, shaky camera. What I did was mark the center of this and then draw a line. I gave myself about a 1/16 on either side. Then I measured the opening, which is 36 1/8. So I measured from there to there for the cutout on each side, and I cut them out with the jigsaw. But I actually had to come back and give myself a little more room. Not sure why. And then I also have a gap right there. So I'm going to go cut these to give myself an 1/8 of an inch more depth to get it pushed into the wall more. And then, all right guys, so I've done the finished sanding. I'm doing the final dry fit. So my wife decided she wants this stained a medium brown, so I'm going to stain it first, install it, and then we'll get final measurements. I'm going to go ahead and paint my other trim white, and then we'll install those after this is cured. So that'll be tomorrow. Alright guys, so I've got the final piece clear coated. And let's see what we've got. Okay, so now the thing we need to do is put a level on it. We might have to shim it. I haven't looked for level. Ooh, we're in the bubble. Okay. We're actually pretty darn level. So I'm going to put a nail in there to hold it. Dead bubble, so I'm level, sideways. I do need to come up with it this direction, so this end needs to go up. So during this shimming process, I'm just shoving a shim underneath so that I get a level surface. And then I'm going to come back and put a nail in the board. And I break the shim off to where it is flush with the drywall. Now one thing I'm doing is drilling holes with the Forstner bit. And then I'm going to insert 3 screws on each side. And this, after installing this really held the board down, the windowsill down really well. I don't know if I like the plugs or not. They turned out fine. I didn't show installing the rest of the windowsill. I basically just installed the top, measured it, installed it, nailed it in, and I nailed the sides in to where they fit pretty well against the bottom. And I'll go back and fill any voids with white caulk after everything's dry. It seemed to work pretty well. I put the windowsill on so that it is flush against the drywall so that I have a good flat surface to attach my window casing or trim on after the fact. Here I'm just putting a nail in the center into the top of the windowsill. That way I can bend it left or right to get a better joint on my 2 vertical trim pieces. I put a piece of paper down to protect the existing finish with my flush cutting saw. This works pretty well. What I had to do afterwards, I tried to use a drill and a sanding attachment, and that worked okay. But I came back with some hand sandpaper and did some hand sanding, blew everything off, and then I touched up the stain. And then off camera I went back and touched up the clear coat as well.